Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 9 of season 3. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. Last episode was really interesting because it was all about how do we get Landon back. Obviously, as soon as they found out that MG had the Ascendant, Hope was non-stop. She wanted to go there. She wanted to go to the prison world. She wanted to check it out. I totally understand where she's coming from. Like, it's her bit of hope. You know, it's Hope's bit of hope. And she wanted to go and pursue it. She was just like, boom, let's go, let's go. But, you know, MG's come in. He's tried to give an alternative approach to it. You know, like the Super Squad had a meeting. They didn't really invite him, which is kind of sad. Everyone was freezing him out as well. He tried to sit down at a few tables at lunch. Nobody wanted to, you know, speak to him. Everybody was either getting up and walking away. He kind of felt left out. He even went to try to speak to Caleb, and he was kind of freezing him out. But he was saying, you know, can you blame me? The stuff that you done was not cool, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, he went off with Cleo, and yeah, so he felt like he was on his own. And then obviously when he did get to the Super Squad meeting, and they was all trying to plan to go after Landon, he pitched in his own thing saying, look mate, I think we should go after him, but not right now. This plan, we've not thought about it. It's rash. We could be falling right into Malavo's hands. I think that we need to take some time, strategize, and then go after Landon. I'm not saying that we ignore him and just let him die or whatever, but I'm just saying that this is not the best approach, you know. And he said, let's do a vote. Nobody voted on his side. He was like, well, you know, I'm not part of this. If you want to go, you can go, but I'm not being part of it. And then he left. And then what was quite nice is Lizzie stood up to everybody. Well, not stood up to everybody, but when he did go to cast a vote, you know, who's on Hope's side, Lizzie was like, do you know what? I'm actually on MG's side. I do think that we need to take some time and we need to evaluate the situation more. So that meant that Hope's plan of going after Landon, using the Ascendant, could not work because he needed a Gemini twin. So what happened was, obviously, Lizzie went to go speak to MG. She was telling him, you know, look, mate, I'm actually on your side. You know, if you stayed around a little longer, you would have realised that I have got your back, which is nice to see. It actually is really nice. Now, obviously, on the other side, while they was trying to get into the prison world that way, we had Caleb and Cleo. They was working together to basically summon a monster and lock him in a location. So she was saying, look mate, a boundary spelled here, so if a monster comes in, he can't leave. And she was like, we need to summon this monster. She had a book, and he was like, well, I've never done that before. You can't really summon one singular monster, the one that you want. She's like, how do you know? Have you tried? He's like, well, not really. She's like, well, you don't know until you try then. You know, she made a great point. Turns out that they can do it, mate, because they did summon the one that they wanted. And basically, with this one is, if you please it or whatnot, you can ask it to do something, and it will do it for you. So obviously, Rick come. He obviously knows what this monster is. He started singing, mate. Apparently, he really likes singing. He was singing. He had a terrible singing voice, just like me. If I was singing, the guy was probably going to kill me instead of, like, enjoy it. Kaylee come along. He started singing. He's got a great voice. It was banging its little staff. It was tapping its feet. And then they all joined in, like a little jazz choir thing. It was decent. And then, obviously, it bowed down and put his hand out. And he gave it some of Landon's. And then, obviously, he closed it. And poof, he went away. So that was the last we seen of that one. Interesting. I still think that Cleo, she's quite interesting because like I said, I'm not too sure if she's a good or a bad person. She seems to know a lot about the supernaturals, considering she's only just been in the school. Not the supernatural like Malavo and stuff. Like Caleb acknowledged it in the episode. He was like, wow, you're picking up on this fast, you know, like knowing all this stuff. And, you know, she's been involved in a few scenes. But I'm hoping she's actually a good person who's just come to the school, and she's quite knowledgeable and she can help everybody, because, you know, last episode she was kind of like one of the saviours and I liked it. So obviously they've done that. Hope in obviously the quest to get Landon and not having the Gemini twin in Lizzie, buff mate. She just went straight to Mystic Falls School. Said to Joseph, I need your help. She was like, yeah. She told her false information as well. They took him into the field. She was like, where's Lizzie? She was like, yeah, kind of lied about that. Lizzie's not coming, but I've got the coin here, mate. You know, take your powers. We can do it. Lizzie, obviously, she knew that Hope had gone after Joseph, so she kind of siphoned powers off MG so she could absorb all of it. She went to the field. She invisicated the coin, threw Joseph's magic away, saying that I'm doing this for you, you know, I don't want you to get involved, and started doing the spell for Hope. You know, if she's like, if someone's going to do it, I'm going to do it. She started doing it. Dark magic started coming out. It started pulsing up Lizzie's face. Hope was like, keep going, keep going. Joseph was shouting, mate, it's going to kill her, it's going to kill her, it's going to absorb her, you need to let go. Hope's like, no. Like I said, she was only kind of thinking of herself and her feelings. Yeah, I know she wanted Landon back, but everybody did, but in a safe way. So she was... she stressed me out a little bit, that episode, but at the end of the day, it worked because as the spell was about to consume all of them, Buff, who comes to save the day, Landon, mate, he cancelled the spell, and he didn't arrive because of because of Joseph and Lizzie and Hope. He arrived because of what? Caleb and Rick and Cleo done. So he's back. They had a good embrace, Hope and him. Obviously, everybody's kind of, well, I want everybody to kind of be mad at Hope because of what she done. She's kind of like went behind everybody's back to get Joseph to come and do the spell that could have absolutely, you know, destroyed Lizzie, while she was just obviously saying Landon, 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 because everybody throws MG out for having the Ascendant. So I feel like Hope deserves a bit of like, not freezing out, but, you know, like a bit of backlash. Like, wow, that was really selfish, Hope, or you shouldn't have done that. Look at all the magic that she was about to absorb, you know. But again, like I said, after all of this, Josie went to Rick. She was like, look, mate, being here again has just made me realise that I need to get further and further away from the school. I've asked Mum. She said that she's got a friend in the city. She said I can move out. Are you okay with it? So she's going. Then Lizzie went to go and speak to MG, you know, she's sad and she wanted to say, like, she's sorry for obviously, like, siphoning him, but she had to go and help Joseph. And he was like, look, mate, this school is not the place for me anymore. Nobody wants me around. Everybody used to come to me for advice. Everybody was happy. Now just make everybody miserable. Nobody wants to be my friend, and I'm going to be leaving as well. So that is crazy, honestly. It's madness. So it looks like Josie and MG are leaving the school. We've obviously had Raph go as well. We've got this new character coming in, but we've also got Landon back as well. So there's loads of stuff going on. I can't wait to see today's episode. So thanks very much for clicking on it. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 9 of season 3 of Legacies. Belgium, 1933.
Schatz, wir müssen gehen. Sie kommen.
It's like Einstein. Hey.
Put the heaters away, boys. I'll toss the place and find it.
Did like
The
him,
saying
actually.
is true. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Good to have you back, Landon.
Monsters are back, too.
Yeah, I always miss the good ones.
Landon's safe, but the rest of us, not so much.
I nominate Cleo for the Super Squad.
More like nominate yourself into her pants.
All in favor?
Not exactly on
Lizzie's
terms, but she brought Landon back to me, so she has my vote. Well, if history's taught us anything, it's that we need to find whatever portal they're coming out of and seal it up.
How? By stepping in every puddle in town and seeing if we wind up in an alternate hell dimension?
Expect you all to work together while I am gone.
Where you going, man? Not thinking that scene then. Sorry, Landon spoke a lot. Usually he's dead quiet. He spoke way more than he usually does.
Wait, where are you going that's more important than this?
I want to see a supernatural scholar about another lead.
Whatever it takes to fit in on my first day.
Good luck.
Oh, he's gone to normal
Mystic Falls is
school.
cliquier than the Salvatore School, which has actual factions.
We can be as cool as we want to be.
How cool is that exactly?
I see myself trying out for the football team. Relax, they don't even know.
Yeah, we need to keep it that way, or my dad is going to yank us out of the school so fast our heads are going to spin.
So important to you. Why are we sitting here alone?
Mind if I join you guys? You transferred here too?
Yeah. And speaking of football, thinking of trying out. You got any pointers?
I just got cut.
Lizzie, the last time we went against Doc's plans, a leprechaun nearly killed him with a necktie.
And at least I'm doing something, instead of moping around because MG left.
Okay, I can tell that you're in a bad mood, so I'm gonna refrain from pointing out your involvement in that too.
It's your new bestie. You mooning over his comic books is a little creepy. Trench coat guy and Tinkerbell.
First off, that's John Constantine, and you damn well know it.
What is that?
A note Lizzie left on the door to her room.
I've been picking up on some weird tension.
I'm never better. I've got you back. That's all that matters anyway. Tried to guilt Josie into taking her magic back.
Well, how would you have felt if it had been me in danger instead of Josie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Whose side are you on?
Go on, Landon.
Take that back immediately.
You're both smart, powerful witches who do just about anything for who or what you love.
I really hope you're wrong, because if you're right, I think I know what Lizzie's about to do next.
He was right there, wasn't he? He was definitely right, man. Like, if you flipped it and Landon was in a position of getting harmed with Lizzie doing a spell, she would be so mad, mate. If you think about it, yeah, Lizzie's actually handled it really well. We didn't see no reaction of that. Yeah, she nearly forced Josie to do the magic, and then her and Josie nearly got some dark magic back in them, and we seen how Josie was when she had the dark magic, even though she looked unreal, mate. When she went poof and she's all black and black hair, looked sick. But yeah, they've took it well, mate. None of them have actually. She's got no what's the word, like, repercussions of doing those actions. Everybody's still treating her okay. Okay, what, a little sign on the door saying no tribids allowed? Mate, you would take that, wouldn't you? If you'd done something like that and all she got was just a little note saying, like, don't speak to me for a bit, that is a big W. Like, literally, you're winning.
I was on our way. You jogged, Lizzie.
She done.
I'm more of a night runner. It's normally so dark, in fact, that you can't even see me. I'm here to officially welcome you as a member-elect of the Super Squad.
What is expected of me?
Merely one super heroic event.
And I bet I know what that is. You were gonna summon a monster behind my back?
Please, like you weren't planning on doing the same thing.
Then shouldn't we just wait for Dr. Salt?
Stay out of this.
It doesn't matter who he
They're
was
the same, aren't
because
they?
pixies grant wishes. Fire up that summoning spell.
I do not believe that would be necessary.
That is the cutest monster ever.
It's got a big teeth or something.
But I want one.
Hey, mate, that does look sick, doesn't it, mate? Like, you won't be scared of that, but it's going to be one of those things where you get close and it's going to go, like, massive and, like, open its mouth, like Landon did when he tried to consume that guy in the necromancer in the football field. Be something like that, be like blades all over.
Have somebody quick throw a blanket over it and we'll find out if it can talk.
Oh, that was so annoying, man. It would.
Are you sure it went this way?
Yes, hope I can hear it. And not fire. A quick Glay Solator will freeze this little guy in his tracks.
We want to interrogate it, not kill it.
Once again, Hope, this is all your fault.
Hey.
I can't believe that you would push me in.
I didn't. It was the monster.
At least when I'm a bitch, I own it.
Whatever you can do to identify that would be great.
Anything for an old pal. Do I even want to know why you're interested in this?
Well, we think Malivore opened up another portal somehow.
I'll give you a call as soon as I have information.
How's Chelsea?
Unless you prefer to stick around. Your daughter goes here. And now so does MG. Coincidence or cause for concern?
No, she checks out fine, but you know, black magic can be tricky. I hate the idea of spying on her.
Teacher called in sick this morning.
Oh, no, she's going to be fuming if he walks in. Oh, Jim.
Stretch the hammies.
It's fine. He can spy all he wants if there's nothing for him to see. So, no using vamp speed or strength.
To Gimli.
You remembered.
That's a lawn ornament. This is pointless.
It would go a lot faster if you could share notes with Lizzie.
Not an option.
Brought me back with something you hadn't thought of. And I bet if you and Lizzie had worked together, you'd have found another way.
Is the Salvatore School true threat to all our lives is Hope Michelson.
Oh my god, this is going to be well interesting. Yeah, man, it's going to be well interesting. That was good. I like it, mate. What a twist. I thought it was actually Lizzie on the mic. Lizzie on the mic, like literally. So it's going to be really interesting now because I want it to do a Hope voice and I want it to say something back and I want Lizzie to hear it. But I want Lizzie to also have heard that and so she could be like, yo, that's not me. Like, you need to chill or like go and find Hope first. But Landon's speaking quite a lot of sense this episode. I do like it. Now, first of all, yeah, I can't believe Hope's not apologised. That is a Damon move. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do something, I'm owning it, you know? I do what I want, mate. I'm Damon. Yeah, that's literally Hope. I like it. But I also do like it, like, when Damon apologised, but you have to mean it. There's not many times Damon apologised in the Vampire Diaries, but when he did, it was good ones. I think I can only remember a few times he apologised. I think one of them was he had to apologise to Rick, and he was like, just say it, man. And then after like 5 episodes, he apologised to him. I think he might have been in the cave as well when he was trying to find the hieroglyphics on the wall. It was good, and like, when they mean it, I like it. But like Hope was just saying there, she did apologise. She wouldn't be meaning it, because if it happened again, she would do it again. Which, I mean, again, it's selfish, but I'm actually going to counter it as well and say I actually really like how committed she is to Landon, because that's staying consistent with the storyline, and I do like consistent things.
QB none? Oh, knock it off, Blake. We can't all go 12 seasons without taking a snap like you.
All right, everyone go take a couple laps around the school. Go!
What was that about?
I don't know, you tell me.
Better than fine, actually. It's perfect.
Oh, well, it doesn't seem that way to me.
Oh, mate, done, Edward.
How did you just move that fast?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was too busy washing the chlorine out of my hair.
I've saved you and this school over a dozen times.
And how many times have you put us all in grave, life-threatening danger?
You're the reason she went dark in the first place.
Ding ding! Round over. Everyone back to a neutral corner.
If Hope says she did not push Lizzie into the pool, then I believe her.
Sounds like I'm here right on time. Critter was just in Doc's office.
Killing monsters does not impress me.
No, he didn't kill it. It's molting. What kind of creature does that?
Oh, it is definitely a gremlin. Oh, awesome. Finally.
Everyone else is like, mate, what? I do love it how people just that buzz off little things.
Disrespect. It says it right here. Nerd. That's what gremlins feed on.
You've been feeding it an all-you-can-eat buffet. The stronger it gets, the more dangerous it is.
If Malivore wants me like always, then the gremlin has no choice but to come for me, right?
And we'll be waiting when it does.
It's about what's best for Ethan.
Is it? Or is it more like keeping our secrets safe at his expense?
Well, this isn't a democracy, but we can hear what you have to say.
I'd be dead without them, and I understand why you want to
that's
keep that a
good.
secret, and I'm happy to keep it.
Please compel him. That's my decision.
But you're gonna wake up tomorrow feeling better. And you're gonna find what makes you happy that's not football.
I don't remember a thing.
No, it didn't work.
So you don't remember the thing you're not supposed to remember.
Is there any possibility that you told his mom?
It's quite
Has he been drinking it or
At
what?
least the dude's little. Minotaurs, gargoyles, headless horsemen.
I thought this school was perfect for me. Secure, enlightened, creative, but now I am unsure if I wish to be a member of your squad.
Alright, first of all, sorry to interrupt, but Hope, you asked Hope, is it a safe place? She said, sometimes, but we do fight a lot of monsters, but it's also a place that accepts you for your powers and stuff like that. She did say that, you know, you didn't come into this blind thinking that it was an all singing, all dancing school. When you turned up, yeah, Hope told you, so I'm not having that one, even though you have been a good member of the team, and you're thinking logically this episode, and you were so smart to figure out that them two was going after, you know, the monster was pitting them against each other, and you did some in the one last episode, so I'm giving you credit, you know, I'm not slagging you off, I just, in that part, I disagree. I just wanted to go back to the Ethan thing just before it got too far and I forgot. I actually really think that it's a positive for him that he stood there and he's watched them try to compel him, but in a positive way. MG said some great stuff, yeah? Like, yeah, don't focus on football, focus on what your heart desires pretty much. Go after it, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if I was thinking, oh, monsters are bad or whatnot, because straight away you think of it, you don't know if you think it's good or bad, your mind's going to be racing. Now, if you know that someone tried to completely wipe your memories but replace it with positive things and not negatively, then you would have a better outlook on the supernatural. You would think that, okay, you know, like, they're not bad, they're actually alright. And I mean, it's mad that he's taking Vervain. Now, I'm not having that he takes it. He must be wearing something that's got it on, because if he takes it, he's going to have to know where the plant is, where to buy it, what's he putting in his drink, is he drinking it? Do you know what I mean? His mum's not around anymore, so that's a thing that he would have to do on a consistent basis, and I just think it would be random if he didn't have any clue about supernaturals or what it is.
From what you have all told me, Malivore is terrifying.
Who's God, mate?
Totally misread that whole situation. I'm sorry.
Oh. Where's that big thing come from? Oh, it's him.
It's here.
Then you were right. You can't use gremlin goo to cast a locator spell. If you really wanted to help, you could slather yourself in honey.
It's not coming.
What do you mean?
Oh, great. You screwed up the spell.
Spell worked just fine. Your attitude, on the other hand?
Respect.
The gremlin took Cleo.
Who's gonna stay here and keep an eye on the school?
You mean Landon? You missed the part where I suck at protecting people.
So let me handle the research while the three of you handle finding Cleo together.
My mom said it's an herbal supplement to help with my arm. She sends me the stuff all the time.
That's how he takes it, see? It makes sense how you do it like that.
Be out of your system in a couple of hours. Then you and MG can try having that conversation again.
Might as well tell me your origin story. You're just gonna wipe my memory anyway, right? Kind of like how Zatanna mind wiped Batman.
Hold on. What? How'd you know?
I would never admit this to anyone, but I've loved comic books since I was a kid.
You hear that?
Of course not.
Of course you can.
Cleo, we can levitate you out of there. I mean, it used Cleo as bait, just like we did with Landon.
You think?
Look at him, mate. He's a nice little furry ball. Look at him now.
He's like Gremzilla now! Disrespect makes the gremlin stronger, and respect weakens it. Hindsight actually makes a lot of sense. Probably shouldn't have taken hours of research.
Super strength, super speed. The blood thing is a bit of a bummer, but the only bad part was your mom and dad not accepting you for what you are. My mom's done everything she can to support me. But that's why getting cut hurts so much. If there's one thing guys like us know, with great power comes great responsibility. So how are you going to use those powers for good?
Do it good to him, MG. Make him forget you're a vampire, but do it good to him.
Vervain should be out of your system.
don't take everything away. Leave the part where we met today.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, mate, face value, this guy is pretty decent. I think every scene, right, even in the football match when she broke his arm, he was fine. He actually was fine. Every scene I think he's been in, again, he has been fine. I actually like him this episode. I think he said a great thing. Did Judge MG once, mate. You're a vampire. Wow, that's cool, mate. Superhero. That is truly how I would react. If someone said to me I'm a vampire, I'd be like, that is sick, mate. Show me all the stuff that you can do. I wouldn't be like half the people that figure out this supernatural stuff in this universe and they all crap it. Some people get scared, they run away, stay away, stay. It's like, wow, man. Like, literally, I would be the total opposite. If I seen anything that was not considered normal, I'd be full on buzzing. I would want to know so much more. This guy, face value of what we've seen, he's been pretty good.
I understand that despite your differences, there's a lot you two have in common.
Disagree. I would have never made the choice that Hope did. Josie could have died.
I never meant to hurt your sister or you. I just didn't know what else to do, Lizzie. And honestly, I wish I could be as proactive as you when it comes to bettering myself.
I wish I had your confidence. I can only imagine what it's like to not second guess myself all the time.
Not so big now, huh?
I'm sorry if I say, it might be new, but you're totally squat.
Oh, it's tiny.
At least we know it still talks.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Incendio.
More often than I care to admit.
Oh, how the Incendio, mate. Burned it.
There's something on your mind. What's up?
But I don't want my being back to be a burden to you or to anyone else.
You're not a burden.
I don't want to come between you or any of our friends ever again. Maybe worry about having me a little less and having everyone else more.
That was good from London, it really was.
If I'm gonna take your advice, I think that there's somewhere I need to be.
Oh, it looks like Elena's house.
Oh, wow. I am amazed at how perfectly they rebuilt this place. What did you think we were going to talk about?
Me being willing to do black magic with Hope.
I understand why you did it. Nothing more important to me than you and your sister. And maybe you'd know that if I said it more.
Yo, who owns that house? Because it is so many memories on that porch.
Just trying to let you go a little, you know.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it?
It's hard. I'm gonna head back to the school.
Or you could stay for dinner. Aunt Elena's gonna be home soon from her shift, and she's planning on making some old Salvatore family recipe. There's this girl at school.
In that case, Malivore can wait.
It's Elena and Damon's house. They're alive.
Watching the stars in the falls is magic. Plus, I want to stop and check in on MG. Because I just can't stop thinking about him being alone at this new school with no new friends except Joe.
I hope you're happy, Caleb, and not sad.
I quite enjoy the falls. Come with me.
MG with the secrets, man. It's not worked out well last time, did it?
Your going to extremes got you what you wanted, but Josie isn't here for me. I just miss her.
I really like Lizzie.
Oh, we can make popcorn.
What movie are we watching?
Gremlins.
You found out what the artifact is, but I have seen it before. I'll be damned. Rasputin and Napoleon Bonaparte.
So it's been me some high-profile names. That's interesting. That's like big names have held this, whatever it is. But also, we did see Clark at the start of the episode, which means he's got to possibly tie into it in a few episodes down the line. Because what I've noticed, what this shows does is when it goes previously on Legacies and then it shows you some clip, it's not always the last episode. It could be like 4 episodes back, and like when you get a glimpse of whatever's in the previous, your episode in the present is kind of around it. You know what I mean? So like if we haven't seen somebody for so long and then it'll say previous and we see them in the start clip, in the episode that we're watching, a storyline will have, like it will have relevance to them. And that's why I think that when we seen Clark at the start and this object, whatever it is, we don't know the name yet, I feel like the next episode or the one after is going to be back. I don't know how, because we did see him get his head whipped off, but either he's alive in Malivore, because I actually don't think he can die. Or I might be mistaken with that one, I don't know, but I feel that in the next episode or the one after it, he is going to be back, which is good for me. It's interesting. Now, the Monsters Today was pretty good. I liked it. I really like Lizzie and Hope when they together, like regardless of whether they're fighting or they're friends, the scenes are always really good. When she pushed her in the pool, well, she didn't push her, the monster did, but when she thought she pushed her, when he was arguing, when obviously they was working together, and then at the end there, I just enjoyed them all. And I actually think it's because as well, I love seeing Lizzie and Hope smile. I think when they smile, makes me feel good, and that's what I like to see, mate. And Landon, again, he was good this episode. What he brought to the table in the episode, the information that he gave, the knowledge that he has, his little nerdiness, and his speech to Hope was all perfect. And let's give a shout out to Cleo, because first of all, ever since she's come in, she's actually been a big help to the team, and she does deserve a place on the squad right now. So fair play to her. I like it. I kind of feel like because we took MG and Jose out to Mystic Falls, she's going to come in and replace Jose in the school as one of the witches. Like we've seen them three do the magic. Usually it's Jose in the middle, but we're still getting enough of Jose in the story, which I'm fine about. I just didn't want her to go to the school and then we miss her. But she's getting her own little story and I'm enjoying it. And MG. And we're bringing Ethan in as well, which again is another character which I don't mind, because like I said, on face value here in this episode and what I've seen, he has been good as well. So that is going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I just hope that Cleo and Ethan don't turn out to be not baddies, but people that we dislike, because so far, like I say, on the face value, they've been really good. I like how we've seen it at the end that Caleb still is like concerned / upset, like MG's his boy and he misses him already, even though it's like one day. But I like as well that he's seen him having fun and he didn't look like he got jealous. Okay, he might be a little bit like sad because he could see it has moved on quick, but that's what you want, mate. You don't want him to be lonely. You would much prefer your friend to be out there having fun than to be sat moping around on their own. And it kind of worked in his favour a little bit with Cleo, because she sensed a bit of his sadness, and she was like, hooked his arm, come with me, mate, we'll go for a walk. And it's like, he's happy, they're happy, I'm happy. That's what we like to see. Now, MG didn't compel Ethan, which, again, I would always do it, but I think it's interesting, because how many people have we known that knows about the supernaturals apart from Matt that's not a supernatural? Yeah, obviously you've got the families of them, but I'm not going to count anyone from the families, because the families, so obviously you've got MG's family and you've got Caleb's family, his sister who's into MG at one point, like they know it only because of family. But outside the ring, so to speak, the circle, who do we know apart from Matt that knew supernaturals were a thing? Because this one is interesting to me. Now, yeah, he said that his shoulder, or his arm, sorry, that Josie broke, is obviously fixed now, but it's been cut from the team. Now, I'm assuming that that's because the impact that it's had on him, that he's not got a good throwing arm anymore. Yet we did see at the end there, he was throwing the ball to MG, and he was saying, go get it, mate, you're faster than Usain Bolt. And he's like, shh, mate, you got to keep it on the down low, don't say it too loud, get it too obvious. I feel like it's just a recipe for disaster, even though I don't mind the character right now. I would have compelled him to just forget I was a vampire, but leave everything else, because he seemed like a decent friend this episode. And I actually think that he's going to get with Jose. I actually do. I just think that. I think she's conflicted. Man, I don't know, actually. She seems like she wants to really be with Finch. Let's be honest. She's even speaking to Rick at the end there about there's a girl at the school. I don't really know. It's complicated. But I think that she's going to end up with this guy. I don't know how it's going to happen and what's going to happen, but I do. I think Jose and Ethan are going to get together. I don't know what's going to happen to Finch, but I don't know if she's just a filler. But I am interested in them coming to the Mystic Falls. I am. I like it. I like the two sides. I think it's really interesting when people do know about the supernaturals and they kind of like follow it and say like support them, but they're on the outside. Like, I just like it. I like having him, like MG, being in the normal school. Like, it's like Edward Cullen, isn't it, really? You're in the normal school, people don't know that you're supernatural, but maybe a couple do. And like, you you just use your powers to be better than everyone else. I actually like that. You know, he sat there, he's listening to them all, mate. She's digging me, you know, like, she's liking it. I'm going to go and impress her. I do like some stuff. I like all that stuff, mate. I actually think it's really interesting because it's like The Incredibles, mate. You know, when he tried to be normal, he's running the race and he's going like, it looks like he's not even trying yet. He's just beating everybody where he can run like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Do you know what I mean? I just love those little things. But yeah, the school's interesting. A couple of monsters are coming. We've seen the small one that got bigger. We've also seen the one last episode that made it through as well. And we've seen him referenced in the tree just then. He's not attacked yet. But that means obviously it's open and more will probably be coming through. So in the end, Malavo's got to be coming through, and I wonder where it is. It's got to be close to the school, because if they are coming to the school, it's got to be in that location. And there wasn't after, Kate landing this episode. He took Cleo. Now, is there a reason why they took Cleo? Was he just the first person around that he could take? Because what was he trying to get from her? You know, like, why her? And what did he want to do with her? He just threw her in a well and tied her up, didn't he? So, I mean, again, it's really interesting why it was specifically her, because, like I said, so far she's been okay, but I don't know, like, she seems to be in, you know, all the things that the monsters are doing, or she's like helping them, or she's attracting them, or she's got a bit of knowledge about them. She blew Leprechaun up, she summoned the monsters, you know, she's getting taken. It's like, it's quite a lot for a character that's not been in the show. But also, I'm going to flip it. They're heavily involving a new character in a good way, so we get used to her. We also get a connection, and she becomes part of the cast, someone that we know, and not a bit like Jed. He's a bit part character. She's been in more scenes than Jed and been more impactful. Now, Jed's fine, but I feel like, yeah, they're trying to make us like, she's going to stay. This is her. Get on her wavelength. Get her teaming up with Caleb. Get her part of the team. Get everybody rooting behind him. And she just feels like she's always been in the show. So that's what I think they're doing anyway. But I have no problem with it, because she seems really good so far, and I can't wait for the next episode. So if you did enjoy today's, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.